choking. I think I'm becoming a Clipper. I'm choking. I'm choking. Psych. I'm a Laker fan. I'm not a Clipper fan. Come on, guys. I'm not really choking, guys. Come on. California has wildfires going on. The sun is blocked off. It's gray. It's gloomy. It's an ugly look in LA, but for some reason, the air smells nice today. Wonder why that is, though. Could it be because summer is ending? Autumn? Fall's coming up? Halloween? What could be the reason behind this beautiful day today? I don't know. Oh, I know what it is. The Clippers choked. Oh my God, the biggest choke job since the Warriors in 2016. Oh my God. Do you guys remember all that trash talking? Here, let me remind you guys that I'm doing this to make it into a profession. Let me remind you guys, there's people out there on ESPN, SportsCenter, Fox Sports, all those big name people that get paid good money to spew out this type of bullshit.
I think the Clippers are a better team.
Well, they are, and start with the fact defensively. Who's gonna score against the Los Angeles Clippers?
I know.
I mean, it's incredible, and the Lakers are going to be a work in progress. That's just the truth. Kawhi Leonard is so much easier to plug in to any lineup than Anthony Davis. You have to learn to work around Anthony Davis, who, by the way, has to, at the same time, learn to work around a guy named LeBron James. That's a lot more complicated than taking Kawhi Leonard, whose skill set has just proven to be, you just plug him in almost anywhere, and he's going to be fine. He just blends right into what they're doing, and I would say the same thing about Paul George.
And need I remind you, there's a lot of people that I still haven't caught, and I haven't looked into it yet, but I could guarantee you Skip Bayless weaseled his way out of trying to say that he was wrong. How many times on his Twitter account was he talking so much trash about the Lakers, Anthony Davis, and LeBron James? LeBron James has a bad fourth quarter in the Game 1 loss against the Houston Rockets, and Skip Bayless is dancing like a dumbass. Yet, I don't hear him with the same energy towards Kawhi. Let me pull this up. He doesn't have the same energy for Kawhi or Paul George, who went 0 for 7 from 3. You guys saw the... Actually, let's play it, shall we? Let's actually bring that up, my guys. Oh, I don't have it. Oh, well. You already know it wasn't worth it. I wasn't going to put the choke job that is the Clippers, but yo, there wasn't that same energy for the Clippers choking it up. There's a lot of excuses. That's all I saw this morning. Skip Bayless and what's that, Max Kellerman. Excuses. You know what Max Kellerman said? Max Kellerman had the audacity to bring up the Lakers losing that 3-1 lead. All right, Max Kellerman. Now you're in ESPN LA Sports Radio. Why are you still talking shit about the Lakers? Max Kellerman, the Lakers that gave up the 3-1 lead to the Suns had Amari Stoudemire, Steve Nash, all in their prime with a deep-ass bench, and the Lakers still put them up 3-1. Kobe willed them into that 3-1 lead. But you know what happened? What the fuck was he going to do with Kwame Brown and that team? Luke Walton was a starter at that time. What was he going to do? He could only do so much with the rest of the team. Not only was Kobe Bryant going against the Suns, he was going against his own team, his own garbage team. You know why you should take his name out of your mouth? Because he came back with a player that could match the Suns and win 2 titles. Show me the championships that the Suns won. Show me the championships that the Clippers won after they blew that 3-1 lead in 2015 with Lob City, arguably one of the best teams in history for the Clippers. Show me that title. Kobe bounced back the following year, went to the finals, got the MVP, lost to the Celtics, but he proved that he needed someone else's help to beat a team that had 3 superstars, Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen. And then you had an up-and-coming Rajon Rondo. How is that same energy? Where's the same energy for Kawhi Leonard, who went 0 for 7 with Paul George in the fourth quarter? 0 for 11 total from the field. Where's the same energy? You know what I'm hearing? Patrick Beverley had a bad 5-6 in game 7. Montrezl Harrell didn't want to be there. Lou Williams wasn't focused. All I'm hearing are excuses. We don't need no fucking excuses. We want to hear that they choked. We want to hear that the ball was in their hand and Paul George hit the backboard, the top of the backboard. We want to hear that Kawhi Leonard choked and he was flopping all of game 5, 6, and 7. That's all he was doing. He went to the Kobe Academy. He went to the Mamba Academy and got directions directly from Kobe Bryant himself before he died. God rest his soul. God rest his man. And for some reason, you guys are making the excuses as if he had no help. It wasn't Patrick Beverley outscored both of these idiots in the fourth quarter. 11 points for Pat Beverley. 11. And you're telling me that Kawhi Leonard, someone that you guys compared him to be better than Michael Jordan and better than Kobe Bryant, Defensive Player of the Year, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, who was going to be better than Anthony Davis as a duo, who this team was the deepest team in the history of basketball, talent-wise. You guys have Montrezl Harrell, 6th man of the year. You guys, Lou Williams, who could be arguably the greatest 6th man of all time. Patrick Beverley, who's all defense, who had that dirty play at the end against Jamal Murray, almost fucked him up at the end. All I hear are excuses. No one's saying Kawhi Leonard choked. No one's saying Paul George was the biggest choke job in the history of basketball. That's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing everybody else choked, but not Kawhi Leonard. He still dropped 30 points. Where's that same energy, guys? Come on. Y'all ain't giving that same effort. Paul George averaged 29 points in game 5 and 6, and he dropped 10 points with 7 in game 7 with 5 turnovers. Kawhi Leonard averaged 31 points in his game 5 and 6, and he dropped 14 points in game 7. If Kawhi Leonard stayed in Toronto right now, the Miami Heat would have been bounced. It would have been the Raptors with a number 1 seed. It would have been the Raptors either up 1-0 handedly on the Celtics. Handedly. 20-point win against the Celtics game 1 in the Eastern Conference Finals. If not up 2-0. I definitely believe that if he was in Toronto the way they performed in this bubble and in the postseason, it would have been Toronto. They would have been the team. But no, here we have the greatest duo, better than Shaq and Kobe, and I could pull those receipts out. All you bitches said that this was the best duo you've ever seen. You straight up disrespected LeBron and Dwayne Wade, Jordan and Pippen, Magic and Kareem, Kobe and Shaq, Clay and Curry, or Clay and Durant, or Durant and Curry. You disrespected all the greatest duos of all time for these choke artists. I'm glad it happened. You know why I'm glad? Because now it doesn't matter if next year they have the greatest record. It doesn't matter if next year they get there again. It doesn't matter if they sweep the Lakers in the season series. Doesn't matter. Y'all choked. This was the year. You guys talked all that trash. All you bandwagon fans that jumped from the Warriors. I know you guys jumped from the Warriors bandwagon. I know. You guys don't even know the Clippers. You guys weren't even there. There's a gang of you out there that have pictures of you with Warrior jerseys now rooting for the Clippers all of a sudden because the Warriors started slumping. So we know who you are. You little stupid ass bandwagons. We see you. You could say that you've been Clipper fans since day one. Shut up. Shut up. I'm glad it happened because now there's no poster, no billboard, nothing the Clippers can say that can prove they run the LA basketball scene. Picture this. The Lakers were on a worst track for the past 7 years. These last 7 years were a struggle. And I mean, oh God, we were one of the worst teams in basketball, not only in the franchise history. Yet somehow, some way, the Lakers made it to the Western Conference Final before the Clippers. Imagine that. You have one of the greatest Clippers franchises ever to have on the court with Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin, and then at the time, young Smooth out there with Jamal Crawford, sixth man of the year. And they couldn't get to the Western Conference Final. And here you have the greatest duo that everybody put up on a pedestal to finally get them there, and they ended up choking. I'm glad it happened. Now, here's my proposal. Because the biggest disrespect that I experienced, I don't know how you Laker fans feel it, but my biggest disrespect that I experienced is hearing Jerry West, the man that we put a statue to commemorate his legacy as a Laker, pick the Clippers and say they were the better team than the Lakers. That to me hit. It hit, and I was like, damn. We lost the logo, Mr. Clutch, the Laker legend, to the Clippers. You know Steve Ballmer be throwing that extra money under the table for these guys. You know that's what he does, and you know that's what he's going to do this offseason. That's all he does. He's a hype man with deep pockets. And to be honest, I'm glad it happened. Because now we should be demanding they get the hell out of LA. Not even go build that thing in Inglewood. Hell nah. Tag that thing up. Let's go vandalize that thing. Let's go throw shit at it. Straight up. We don't want the Clippers here. Take the Chargers with you to San Diego. We don't want you here. We don't. Your fan base was straight up trash. There's a few, and I feel bad for the few that are out there that are legit diehards, that are legit humble, and they are respectful. I seen a couple of you guys say, hey, great game, Nuggets. We appreciate you. Like, we get a better team won. Yeah, those are the guys that should be getting the admiration and the respect. However, that is completely not even outmatched by what came out of during the regular season. During the regular season, the Clipper fan base was disgusting, man. Just straight up disgusting. So, honestly, they need to get the hell out of LA. Don't even build that thing in Inglewood. If you do, I hope it gets vandalized. I hope you guys have a tough time out there. You guys not only took Jerry West, you guys invaded our privacy, but also took our forum. That's where the legacy started. And now you guys are stepping in there. How can we start a movement to get them the fuck out of LA? I don't want the Clippers in LA. There's a gang of people. If we legit took it serious and they started a poll, like a real poll where it determined if more people wanted the Clippers out of LA, they'd be out in the first day. All the votes would be out to get them the hell out of LA. Go to San Diego. Take the Chargers with you. There's no fan base for you. There's no room for you guys here. And for you guys, there's a couple that even compare them to the Dodgers choking. The difference is that we were robbed in 2017. It could be argued that in 2018 as well. But we have a legacy of champions. We have a legacy of Hall of Famers. We have history here. We have a fan base. The Dodgers have a fan base. I don't know about the Clippers. Bomber's out there trying to buy fans. He's out in the hood trying to pay for fans. Building buildings and putting up billboards and giving out backpacks. Bro, just because you got deep pockets doesn't mean you're a good guy. I really hope the Clippers get out of LA. I really, really do hope. I'm done with them. Next year, when you guys have a better record, if you guys do, you guys can't say shit. Y'all gonna say shut up. Chirp. Done. And if we win that 17, which we most likely are, it don't matter if the Lakers go on another 7-year drought. It don't matter. Clippers don't own shit. They don't run LA. They're never gonna run LA. This is a Lakers town. There's always gonna be a Lakers town. And if you want to keep talking that shit, by all means, go for it. But you guys got nothing on here. You guys got nothing on here. So let's get on to the real LA team. Let's talk about the Lakers. Lakers got a big hurdle to jump. We expected the Clippers. But now we got the Nuggets. It's not going to be an easy task. I'm going to tell you guys right now. I'm going to tell you guys right now. It isn't going to be an easy task. The reason being, they're a combination of both the Rockets and the Blazers, just a little bit faster and younger. They got more talent. Excuse me. They got more talent depth-wise. So they could definitely be a problem. I'm not going to say Lakers in 5. Hell no. 6, most likely. 6 feels right. 7 is a safe bet. But this Nuggets team, you saw what they did to the Clippers. You saw what they did. They also came back from another 3-1 deficit. What did they face in the first round? Utah Jazz. They took them to 7. They were down 3-1. They ended up coming back 3-1. They ended up winning 4 consecutive games. So this team is resilient. This team is about that life. Yes, the Lakers won the game in the bubble. They faced them. But look at this. It took a missed free throw in order for that to happen. And then a Kuzma 3 to win it and seal it. So the Lakers are going to definitely have their hands tied with the Nuggets. My proposal is do a combination of both. You guys got to definitely do a combination of both between what you guys did with the Rockets and the Blazers. So you guys got to go small ball and big. And this time you guys got to play Dwight Howard. You guys got to definitely play Dwight Howard some more. Jokic, man. Jokic, we could talk about Jamal Murray all we want and what he's done. But Joker was the one that really, really put the team on his back and helped them win that game. That's a deadly duo, bro. Jokic and Murray, they're going to get theirs. Just like I told you guys, CJ and Dame, they're going to get theirs. You got to stop the rest of the players. Houston Rockets, I told you, Westbrook and Harden were going to get theirs. And they got theirs. They got their 20s and 30s. But you saw game 5, You saw game 5 with the Lakers where Bron just clamped up everybody. Anthony Davis wasn't... He only had 13 points. Anthony Davis had 13 points. The Lakers still won handily. So what you need more is defense from not only them two, but from Kuzma and playoff Rondo. This is where it gets real good because you need not only the performance from your two guys, but you need the performance from everybody else. You cannot let your foot off the gas on these guys. Once you have your foot on the neck, step on it harder. Make sure you kill them because there's no way you guys can let off. No way. You guys saw what they did to the Clippers and to the Utah Jazz. You give them a little bit of hope, and they run with it. I believe in the Lakers. I definitely do. We expected the Clippers. Apparently, they weren't good. You can make all the excuses you want. They weren't focused. They weren't determined. They weren't there mentally. They were just there physically. You can make all the excuses. Skip Bayless, Max Kellerman. You can make all those excuses. But at the end of the day, they got outplayed. They got outplayed because everybody had the same effort, same players, same energy out there. Just that. The Nuggets wanted it more. As for the Lakers, they've been wanting it. You saw what happened after LeBron made that face to the Game 1 loss to the Houston Rockets? He was in the bench. Yeah, I got you guys. Yeah. 4 consecutive wins. So where did the Lakers win this game? You can't win in the paint because they got Millsap, they've got Jokic, and they got bigs. Plain and simple, they got bigs. So you can't really dominate in the paint. They got sharpshooters. Jamal Murray, you already know what he's about. Michael Porter Jr., you know what he's about. They got shooters. So you got to outperform them in those categories. You got to beat them in the paint. Anthony Davis could do it, but you already know what he does. He lives 16, 20 feet away from the paint, and he does a lot of spin move and fadeaways. You got to put these guys in foul trouble, number one. You got to be aggressive going to the paint. LeBron's got to bully Millsap. He's got to bully everybody in there, which I expect him to do. But sucks, because if the Lakers had beat the Clippers, then there's no way ever the Clippers could have ever said, yeah, we still ran LA, blah, 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 we beat this area, blah, blah, blah. Nah. Now it's like, well, now imagine what the Lakers would have done to your asses. Okay. Yeah. Peace. Hope you guys enjoy Cancun, bitches. Let's go on to the other team, to the Eastern Conference Final. This one was a dandy. Woo-wee. This one was a dandy. They were just back and forth all game. Oh my God. This is a shootout, a straight up shootout. I mean, you look at the game and it was back and forth, and you couldn't say confidently, yeah, the Heat are going to win. No, yeah, the Celtics are going to win. Look at this. He had a clear shot at that three, and Jason Tatum choked it out. Damn, sucks. And then right here in the fourth quarter, overtime. Kemba Walker kept them in the game. And then Jimmy Buckets. I told you guys, Jimmy Buckets is a man. And the play of the game, the block of the year. I struggle by saying Bam Adebayo. I think it's Adebayo. I struggle with the last name. So, honestly, I'm just going to say Bam Bam. Block of the year. Nope. Block of the year. Bam Adebayo. Bam Bam. Block of the year. So now I'm seeing it as, yeah, this Heat team is going to struggle to get into the finals, but I'm still putting my money on them. Jimmy Butler is just too much. He has the desire to win it all. He has it. The Celtics, I mean, they had their opportunities. Marcus Smart, Kemba kept them in the game, but they ultimately, that overtime. I'll get more of a clarity in game 2. If one or the other team burns the opponent, then I could clearly say, if the Heat win, it's Heat. If the Celtics win, we're going 7. Now, if the Celtics just barely win and they go into overtime again, I'm still taking the Heat. Even if the Celtics win tomorrow, but they win by like 1 or 2 points, it's going to be Heat. So, honestly, this series, this Eastern Conference Final series is going to be dope. A shootout and all. Look, Marcus Smart is one to get under your skin. He does that to Jimmy Butler. This series is going to be so juicy, so good. So my money right now is definitely going to be for the Heat. If we face the Celtics, how sweet. Oh my God, I could already picture it. How sweet would it be to beat the most overrated franchise in basketball? They got 11 titles when the banners and the trophies were black and white. They got 11 titles. Yes, they got them against the Lakers, most of them. But they got 11 titles when there was, 11 teams? 11 titles when the season wasn't 82 games plus playoffs. They got 11 banners from Bill Russell, the man. The Celtics don't deserve them. All those racist all of them racists. They didn't even let him into a diner because he was black. Even after, like, I'm talking about the game buzzer was just sounded 15, 20 minutes ago, and he's at a diner, whites only, and they kick him out. Boston Celtics, if we do face you, it's going to be the sweetest thing ever, but I doubt it. You guys have some good talent, and you're going to be a force to reckon with moving forward, but at the same time, you look at Jimmy Butler, look at what he does. He has the collective energy of the Celtics. He has that energy. Then you just, Iggy out there doing his thing. Bam Bam covering the paint. So there's talent with the Heat, and they got the desire a little bit more than the Celtics. No, we're on Wednesday. So Friday, when they play again, we're going to see definitely where this team is. But I'm giving it to the Heat. I'm definitely giving it to the Heat. Let's play this one more time. So I'm going to start off with this first.
Uh-oh, retard alert. Retard alert, class.
GARBIT TCH. Garbage!
I think the Clippers are a better team.
Well, they are, and start with the fact defensively. Who's gonna score against the Los Angeles Clippers?
I know.
I mean, it's incredible, and the Lakers are going to be a work in progress. That's just the truth. Kawhi Leonard is so much easier to plug in to any lineup than Anthony Davis. You have to learn to work around Anthony Davis, who, by the way, has to at the same time learn to work around a guy named LeBron James. That's a lot more complicated than taking Kawhi Leonard, whose skill set has just proven to be. You just plug him in almost anywhere, and he's going to be fine. He just blends right into what they're doing. And I would say the same thing about Paul George.
I think the Clippers are a better team.
GARBI.
So yeah, it definitely is gonna be interesting in the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think Heat in 6. I still think Heat in 6. So let's get on with MLB, shall we? First and foremost, Rob Manfred is a oh my god, I'm trying to limit the amount of times I cuss and be more professional. I'm trying. I swear I'm trying. My personality and my character is like I gotta talk that trash. I just gotta. But I'm trying to be more professional. So to describe Manfred, have you guys ever had food poisoning and diarrhea at the same time? I think I'd rather have that than have Rob Manfred be the continue being the commissioner. I mean, oh my God, he's finding more and more ways to screw the Dodgers and just mess up baseball, man. Just trying to ruin this game. Oh my God. So here's why now I'm pissed about even more about Rob Manfred. So the MLB season is obviously coming to a close. We got a little bit under 2 weeks to go before the season is officially over. So Manfred came up with the most stupidest idea. He wants to have a bubble, right? It's going to be California and Texas. Those are the places where the bubble is going to be held. Dodger Stadium, San Diego Petco Park, San Francisco, Oakland. Those are the places. And then Texas is going to be the Rangers, Minute Maid Park, and I don't know where else. The World Series is going to be in the Rangers' new stadium. Why don't you keep the teams in LA and California in California and have everybody else either in Texas or California? Why? Number 2, he wants to have fans in the bubble. Okay, so this is why it's a struggle for me to not cuss and not be disrespectful. Why do you have a bubble if you're still planning on having fans in attendance? What is the purpose of a bubble? You're going to spend money on the bubble. You're going to spend money on the hotels. You're going to spend money on the production that you need to have so you can keep the bubbles running. But you still want to have fans in attendance rather than have them be in their either neutral sites like you already have or in their own ballparks. Why must you be this stupid? Counterproductive. Why must you be like this? Does Rob Manfred know how baseball works? Does he know how a pandemic works? Does he know how to breathe? Is there a little alien controlling him that doesn't have any breathing receptors or anything, that he's just in there? I am Manfred. I'm a stupid idiot. I think the Astros didn't cheat. I like it from the butt. Is Rob Manfred that? So here's the other thing. He's also planning on expanding this stupidity beyond 2020. He wants to have this playoff where it goes into, I didn't even mention, 16 teams are going into the playoffs. 16 teams. Now a number 8 seed could upset a number 1 seed who went 100 games as opposed to someone who won 70 games. Right now, and we'll break down, see what the matchups are, but 16 teams. A bubble. Playoffs. Neutral sites. Pandemic. Have fans in attendance. And Rob Manfred wants to expand this beyond 2020. I get having the DH rule. Yes, let's keep that. But now he wants to expand the playoffs and the runner at second base. He likes that. I think his mindset is now, how can I remove the bases and have beer kegs instead of bases? I think that's the mentality that Rob Manfred has. Beyond stupidity. Just beyond stupidity. So yeah. The World Series winner will be crowned in Texas, the Texas Rangers Stadium. Congratulations, Texas, for hosting the World Series. Congratulations. As of right now, the Astros do have a spot in the playoffs. They're the number 8 seed. They would be the number 8 seed. However, they're 2 games ahead, barely ahead of the Mariners. So they might miss it. And as of right now, Carlos Correa got a ball blasted right out of his ankle bone. And Altuve still trash. All that team is still trash. Had not been for Kenley Jensen, they would have been swept on the weekend versus the Dodgers. So, yeah. As it stands right now, the playoffs are going to be played in Texas. The winner's going to be crowned in the Rangers Stadium. So, with that, the Dodgers' magic number is 9 to clinch the National League West for, what would it be now? The 8th consecutive year. Let's talk about Game 1, shall we? Game 1 versus the Padres. This is a game that I've been nervous about. Kershaw, there was a pitcher's duel. No, I'm not even gonna down talk the pitcher's duel that was between the Dodgers and Padres. Kershaw went 6 strong innings, 9 strikeouts. He gave up consecutive hits and then got pulled for bias. Look at this. Anybody out there that's still pissed about the Grisham pimp home run, don't even trip, man. This is the type of stuff that you want to play for. Had it been Max Muncy, none of us would have been pissed, right? Except for what it is. And here you have Dave Roberts. Even though I get it. Kershaw was at 99 pitches. I get it. But he was wheeling and dealing. He put in bias, and bye. You put him in a situation as soon as he gets out of the DL, which sucks. What sucks even more is the way Max Muncy played this game. Look at this. Oh my God. Tag the runner and then throw. Run towards the runner. Run towards the guy running towards you. Tag him. Throw it to home. And then opportunity for a double play. Nope. That's on Chris Taylor too. That's on Chris Taylor's fumble. He was focused on not getting run over by the sweeping play. And then Trainen comes in and gives up that single. Pretty much seals the deal. Pretty much sealed the deal for the Padres winning that game. And then Will Myers, the final nail in the coffin. So yeah, Game 1, I'm not going to say it was a disappointment because honestly, Kershaw performed at an elite level. So 7-1 sucks. That's on Muncy. That's on Muncy, Chris Taylor, and the offense. The offense didn't show up. Let's see. 2 runs on 4 total hits, 14 strikeouts. Jock Peterson and Edwin Rios struck out 3 times each, 6 total times. So yeah, Game 1 offensively was a disappointment, but as for Kershaw, beyond expectations. Today they're playing Dustin May, or I don't know, Gratterall. I don't know who's pitching today. They're playing right now, as a matter of fact. So, yeah. Game 1 offensively was a disappointment. Let's see what happened in Game 2, though. Game 2 was a huge bounce back. I was expecting more offense given the fact that Grisham pimped out that home run. Here you have Gonsolin. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but he got to Will Myers. Will Myers got him back with that double. So I can't definitely say that it was intentional, but at least Tony Gonsolin didn't get lit up. 7 strong innings. Only allowed 1 run on 4 hits, 2 strikeouts. Going 7 innings was key for the pen. Unfortunately, here you have Ferguson, who just got an MRI today. They're hoping that it isn't serious. The hero of the game, Justin Turner, man. I'm hoping Ferguson is good because he's been top coming out of the pen. But Justin Turner, 3 hits, man. 3 hits out of the DL. Look, right here, Edwin Rios should have pimped the hell out of that home run. Just stayed there, look at it, admire it, and then chirp that. He had the opportunity. This is a great catch. Not even gonna give Grisham. There you go again. There you go. Yeah, they should have pimped that home run, Edwin Rios. And then Kenley Jensen. Here you have Dave Roberts wanting that love story ending where I got to prove to everybody that Kenley Jensen's still a lead. I got to prove to everybody that Kenley Jensen still has confidence. I got to prove to everybody that he's still our closer. He does that. He put himself into a bases loaded situation. A.J. Pollock, I guess, doesn't have the wheels to get that little little flare into the center field. I can't really blame Kenley for that one, but at the same time, he put himself into a bases loaded situation, and Dave Roberts allowed it to happen. Again. So, we can't have this in the World Series. We can't have this in the playoffs. We can't have this moving forward. Today is a key game because it's either going to be half a game back or 1.5 games back from the Padres to win the West, or 3.5. Either or. So, with that, we need more production out of the pen. Honestly, like, sadly, we need better production. I know they're getting burned out, and this is a 60-game season, and they're getting burned out. So I fear what is going to happen in a game in a 162 season. Today, I think Joe Kelly is being activated from his suspension, which I still think is bull, because Yuli Gurriel did a racial gesture in the World Series, and he got 5-game suspension, and he did it while he was on the DL. Joe Kelly was on the DL, and he didn't, do his suspension while on it. Here are my disappointments, though. Here are my disappointments, and it's always been my disappointment. Jock Peterson and Max Muncy in their last 11 games. Jock has 2 hits. 2 hits in 11 games. And here's where all my Jock Peterson apologists come out. Well, Jock Peterson performs in the World Series and the playoffs. Yes, he does. I'm not going to deny that. I'm definitely not going to deny that. But can you fully trust him performing in the World Series and the playoffs every single year? No. Games where they need to win and they need production from Jock Peterson, can you get better production? You should, but you're not. 2 hits in 11 games, guys. 2 hits in 11 games. 2 hits in 11 games. He's about to be a free agent. He's going to get paid, hopefully not by the Dodgers. And this is where Alex Verdugo would have been great to keep. Max Muncy, man, this is a huge disappointment, man. I'm extremely disappointed. I've had my disappointments with players before, but Max Muncy, I had him so much highest of expectations ever. One of the players that I had the most expectations. Urias was the other, and he's like pretty all right. He's doing decent. But Max Muncy, though, 4 hits in the last 11 games. 4 hits. Not a home run. 4 hits. They asked Dave Roberts, is he worried about Max Muncy and Cody Bellinger not performing and what they need him? Obviously, you need them in the postseason. But yes, Jock, Muncy, and Bellinger have been way underperforming. I should have pulled the video of Jerry Harrison Jr. breaking down the reason why Cody Bellinger is slumping so bad this year. And it basically shows him choking up on like different things that he's doing with his batting stance and holding the bat. So, why did you do that? Right now, we could have had Corey Seager, Mookie Betts, and Cody Bellinger fighting for the MVP, batting over 300, 15 to 20 home runs. Justin Turner, it is what it is. He's still doing his thing. But God help us. God help us if these guys don't show up in the postseason. We're only getting production from 3 to 4 guys. AJ Pollock could be a 5th. And AJ, you're 1 week away from that apology. You're 1 week away, my guy. I swear I'm gonna make a video just for you. Just for you. Showing my apology and my utmost respect. You're just 1 week away. And it's a short season, so I'm not even gonna hold you to a full 162 game season. Just one season. I mean, just 60 games. That's it. So, the Dodgers are playing right now. They're in the second inning. And let me see who's pitching, actually. Who is pitching? Oh, yeah. Gratterall. Mookie Betts already got a hit. Look at this. You got Justin Turner batting 295. You got Corey Seager batting 306. And you got Mookie Betts batting 308. Will Smith batting 296. He should definitely be. Well, actually, I can't even hate on Austin Barnes that much. He's pretty good. Max Muncy 196, weak link. Cody Bellinger 214, weak link. AJ Pollock 277, pretty good. Chris Taylor 278. Yep. You got 2 weak links in that lineup today. Max Muncy and Cody Bellinger. Step it up, guys. Step it up, guys. So, with that, Friday, Laker fans, y'all ready? You guys are ready? Oh, my God, if they lose again in game 1. Oh, my God. I can't. Sports are going to be the death of me. I stress too much. I have too much invested into these teams, and damn, like, I really stress out. Dodgers, man. Please, let this be the year. This title is going to be more meaningful than the Astros. Should have been already 2-time champions, but it is what it is. And proving that the Astros weren't deserving of the 2017 title. You see their record. You see their offensive numbers. I'm not even going to say they're pitching because Verlander's being a little bitch. He's not even pitching. Greinke wasn't with the team in 2017. Dallas Keuchel's no longer there. I mean, you look at the team from 2017. Them bitches were cheating. They were cheating. So with that, I'm gonna leave you guys with a question. How do you get the Clippers out of LA? That's a question. That's it. That's a question. How can we get the Clippers out of LA? With that, thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for the love and support. Appreciate you guys. Please, as always, make sure, let me pull this up. Make sure you guys go subscribe. Oh, come on, guys. I'm messing up right now. Crunch time. All right, there we go. Make sure you guys go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. On Twitter is where you get the most out of me. That's where I'm talking the most crap. That's where I'm live and you get the best. On Facebook, you'll get conversations. Here you get memes. These two you get memes. Actually, all three you get memes. So with that, thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for being on. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Be safe. Be well. Let's go Lakers. Let's go Dodgers. And whatever your favorite football team is, I'm all for it. Let's go. Let's get it. Have a great rest of your day, guys.